Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. And somebody sent me a picture of a dolphin that was just a picture, had to trim it all out, but they wanted to print out a button of the dolphin jumping out of the water and kind of simulate water in the sky and the dolphin still in the water. And this is what I am not a color graphic person. I'm a laser engraver, but for a button, that might work. So what I did, I actually used Windows Paint 3D, and I pressed new, and I went to browse files. I saved it as Dolphin. This is the Dolphin they sent me, and you can see the sky, and then you go to crop. I haven't used this very much, and I am going to send a link to another video where I kind of maybe went through a little bit more detail. But you try to crop out as much you can, and then get the magic select and press next, and it's already taken most of it out. Then take the remove and just draw you a line there, and actually right there, and look at that. Now I've kind of learned you click on the dolphin itself and move out of the way. I need to learn this a little bit more, and then bring the dolphin back into the picture. And there is a way to take away the transparency. There's still a transparency, even though it doesn't look like it. Maybe I need to save it there. Let's just try that. Menu, save as an image. See, it's adjusting the framing. So I'm going to say no because it's just taking, it's not getting the dolphin. Anyway, but you just save it, and then I actually had to bring it into Corel and take away the background. That actually worked out pretty well. So I'm just going to right click and import, and I'm going to get Dolphin 3. And then this is where it's pretty cool to do. This still has a white box around it from a photograph or a non-transparency. And we'll go to order and put it back at the page, and you can see the white box. But this is pretty easy to get rid of in this case because it's already been traced quite a bit. We're going to set our nudge factor on like 3 inches. We're going to take that item and we're going to trace it in outline trace clip art. The trace looks terrible, but it doesn't really matter, and you could take some time. And then I'm going to nudge the trace out of the way. I am going to ungroup it. I'm going to go to Object, Group, and Ungroup. So the boundary tool works, and I'm going to make a boundary. And you can see my dolphin boundary. And now we can move that boundary, nudge it over twice, select both these, and intersect. And now we have a dolphin picture. You can see the difference between the dolphin and the bitmap. The trace looks like this. The real picture looks like that. This particular dolphin has a shiny tail coming off like the sun, what kind of makes it a little bit more difficult, but it's easily done. Let's just move this one out of the way. Let's hit P, put that in the center of the page. And you know what? Maybe if we would do this first before I mess anything up, if I will duplicate that dolphin with an outline, well, I need to go ahead and, no, I just want the outline. That's what I want. Let's get rid of that dolphin in case I've moved it. Let's move all this out of the way. And we're going to make a copy of that, and we're going to go, let's see, it doesn't have, see the white background, and we're going to go intersect now. But I do want that shape, so I'm going to keep it because it might help us get rid of the shiny tail in just a second. So those are 2 copies you do not want to move. I'm going to draw a circle. They mentioned the circle, and you can make this as small as you want. And then I'm going to try this. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to make another duplicate of that and then move this over, and then make a duplicate of both of them and move them over. Because I'm going to try to cut that top of that dolphin out and have like two dolphins. I don't know if it'll work, but I think it might work. We might have to take the smart fill tool and fill in that shape and move it over, and then, yeah, that's going to work. That's all we really need. We need that part of the dolphin that's shiny. So here's our picture. I'm going to take away the outline, and I'm still nudging. That must have been some ghost stuff. I'm still nudging. So once we do this, I can group this together for just a second and put it in the right place. So I'm going to Control G, and then I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. Well, don't really have to put it in the center of the page on this one. Kind of get it high, and remember we have two objects, so we're going to ungroup them. This might be a little confusing to a lot of people, but we could make that dolphin quite a bit bigger. Then we could take a 2-point line and try to go right on top of our dolphin that's supposed to be on top of the water and the one that's not. Because and what I mean by that, see the shininess of the dolphin? You could probably, use the transparency tool to just grab that part and make it a little less transparent. It'll look like less color, but you could do the same thing with this tail, I think, because you're underwater, you're not going to be able to see too much. Boy, that looks pretty good. So it's just got a little bit of buffer on it, like it would be underwater. Now I'm going to take the whole dolphin and Control D, and then while holding down the control button, mirror it. And because it's below water, I'm going to say that well, I don't want to do that. I want to come straight up and kind of leave it the same size. So you're going to get a reflection, and really and truly the reflection would probably be, up in here, but who knows? So we're going to leave it right there. And then this is where you can definitely use the transparency tool on the dolphin. And whenever you do this, you need to click on your item you want to do first before you get your transparency. And we're just going to make that dolphin a little bit lighter color than he should be, because he's underwater. And then you can change the transparency a little bit. That looks pretty good. Now the only thing we need to do is take these two pieces and nudge them out of the way. Actually take our line back, because we can't really well, we can. We're actually going to take this dolphin and nudge it out of the way for a second. And then I'm going to take the smart fill tool and fill in this shape with a blue. And the reason I did that is because if I use the smart fill tool around the dolphin, you would be able to see it, be able to see the smart fill frame. And then I'm going to go to Object, Order, Front of Page, and put the dolphin in there. That looks pretty real, but maybe take a little bit of the blue away by getting your transparency tool and making that blue a little less blue, a little more transparent to show off. We're going to need that line again. And now you can take the smart fill tool, set on a color, and I'm not a printer, so I don't really know what CMYK or whatever sky color they would be. And that's a little much, but you can always change it. And if I don't say so myself, that looks pretty real. Now, it's flat water, and maybe you could put some clouds in there, but if you look, and maybe that's a little bit off, but maybe we could take some nodes and clean that up and, or just make sure that's, here we go. No, yeah. Well, it needs you need to really watch that at first, and maybe even we could move our line up to kind of hide that, but nope, that's not working. But you get the idea, or hopefully they do, how I would do it. Now, a graphic artist could blow this out of the water, but it is pretty cool. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.